السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد والثناء لله رب العالمين. إلهي أنطقني بالهدى والهمني التقوى برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الحمد والثناء لله رب العالمين. أما بعد، فقد قال مولانا أمير المؤمنين: روحي وأرواح العالمين لمقدم الفداء في دعاء كميل. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. صدق الله وصدق رسوله وصدق ولي الكريم. صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. Alhamdulillah, the topic is Dua Kumail, and we started the discussion and commentary about this beautiful, great dua. From the beginning of that, we reached to this portion where our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen is asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with sincere intentions. Basically, is the best method of expression of a person who is a servant to his Lord. In this case, Imam Ali al-Islam is teaching to his student Kumail the way to talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And while he is teaching, he himself, he is seeking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you look at to the sentence and just translation of this is amazing. Allahumma inni ataqarrabu ilayka bithikrik. O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I seek nearness towards you with your remembrance. وَأَسْتَشْفِعُ بِكَ إِلَى نَفْسِكَ. I want to bring أَسْتَشْفِعُ, I want to bring the intercession towards you yourself. وَأَسْأَلُكَ بِجُودِكَ. And I ask you by your generosity. What I'm asking, أن تدنيني من قربك. Grant me the higher position, nearness to you. وأن توزعني شكرك. And grant me the method of gratitude and thanking to you. وأن تلهمني ذكرك. And inspire me your remembrance. Allahumma, O Allah, inni as'aluka, I seek you, su'ala khadi'in mutadallilin khashir. The question of the humble and the one who is khazir and khashi. I'm going to explain those words in detail. What I'm asking sincerely, humbly, أن تسامحني وترحمني. Treat me with your generosity. تسامحني. Forgive me. Don't treat me with your justice. وترحمني. Treat me with your, the blessings. وَتَجْعَلَنِي بِقِسْمِكَ رَاضِيًا قَانِعًا. And make me to satisfy with what you granted me all the time. وَفِي جَمِيعِ الْأَحْوَالِ مُتَوَاضِعًا. So I can be humble in all my positions. So this portion of this dua is although connected and linked to each other. Our beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, the way he is talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is amazing. I explained some of these words before, especially when it comes to qurb, dhikr, and shafa'ah. We talk and discuss about this. Qurb, dhikr, and shafa'ah. So these are the three different words. Qurb, nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dhikr, remembrance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shafa'ah, intercession. So these are the three words Imam Ali al-Islam, he uses to make his point. What he wants, qurb, nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With what word? The same word of qurb. What's a tool? Remembrance. And what he wants, shafa'ah. Shafa'ah, which is intercession, shafa'a, pair. So I want to be paired with my Lord. So these are the three words. Now we can talk and discuss from different angles, but what is related to us at this time is the qurb, is maqam al-muqarrabin, one of the highest rank, which we talked and discussed before, that all our actions, all our a'mal, ibadat, prayers, fasting, whatever, although Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly stated in the Quran that the purpose of the creation is whether it's a hub or whatever, but Quran says, مَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. The purpose of the creation of whole this creation is the ibadah and worship, so we can obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the purpose of the creation is ibadah, but qurb is the goal of that ibadah. Therefore, all the prayers, fasting, ibadats, whatever we do is a means to reach to goal. The goal is Allah, and what we're going to achieve is qurb, nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever we are doing in this entire system is means. Prayer is means. Prayer is not a hadaf goal. Hajj is not hadaf and goal. Or sajda is not the goal. The shafa'a, tawassul, all that is a means to reach to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The goal is Allah, and what we achieve with this goal is qurb, nearness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The more closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are closer to our target, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dhikr is again, the remembrance is a tool. All the prayers is a dhikr, fasting is dhikr, everything what we do. يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Each and every creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this entire universe and system, they are in the state of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We like it or not, we acknowledge that or not. Our body itself is in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The body of Yazid is in the state of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because if body is functioning, that's the purpose of the creation of the body. Yes, Iblis, Shaitan, Yazid, Shimr, they use this beautiful tool to damage himself and others. That's a different thing. So everything, يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. It's a beautiful point. Arafa, they mentioned that يُسَبِّحُ لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Whatever you see in this entire system, they're in the state of worshipping to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tasbih and glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shimr, yes. But Shimr, not with his desire and with his spirit, with his choice. No, his body is in the state of worshipping. But Shimr uses this beautiful body amazing body, which is creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as an amana given to him to damage himself and others. The body of Shamr deserve to achieve the highest goal. That's why the same body of Shamr on the judgment day will testify against him. Why testify against him? Because in this world, his body is functioning. If blood is circulating, it means it's doing ibadah. If each and every cell of the body is functioning by the design of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're in the state of worshipping to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's very clear. So dhikr is everything what we do as a tool to the qurb. And shafa'a is one more point that I want to desire. Shafa'a is basically about in the qurb. Why about in the qurb? Shafa'a is pair. Sometimes a mu'min believer wants to be paired with the other mu'min and believer. Why? Because they want to enjoy the same bounties and blessings where they are enjoying. They're surrounded with lots of good things. If you see that a couple, they're living a perfect good life, or a person whose life is close to perfect what we have in our mind, whether what are the circumstances or what are the frame we draw for that person, we often desire to be like that person. I want to be paired with that person. But sometimes we want to be a pair with ma'asumin. Man dha alladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'idhnih. And sometimes want to be a pair with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So being paired with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is maqam qaba qawsayn aw adna duwan waqtiraba. It's the highest level, the highest rank of the nearest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because it's a pair with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm not content, I'm not satisfied with being paired with here and there. Not even with Imam and Ma'asum, although Imam and Ma'asum are above, but I have a desire to reach to that. And obviously, when I am a pair with Imam, obviously I'm going to have some leverage to be a pair with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why even when we say, Ishfa'i lana indallah, Ya wajihan indallah, the one who has the status, the one who has that high rank and pair with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make us with you as one pair so we can be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's amazing. So qurb, dhikr and shafa'a, all these three are different topics, but qurb is goal because Allah and nearest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dhikr is remembrance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shafa'a is yet one another goal that I want to have a shafa'a of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why here our Imam says, وَأَسْتَشْفِعُ بِكَ إِلَى نَفْسِكَ. I want to bring the intercession towards you yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my intercession to you is yourself. Yes, often at the judgment day, we have a different categories of people. Some people, they are in the very beginning level, and just they can get the shafa'at of the mu'mineen. That's it. And some of them, no. Not only they can get they are doing shafa'at to others, they're getting the shafa'at of Ahlul Bayts. And some of them, no. They get the shafa'at of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah. So after this, وَأَسْأَلُكَ بِجُودِكَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I seek, I ask, I beg you with your Jude. Ya Jawad Allah Ya Bakhal. Again, Jude is from Jawad, generosity. The one who grants, the one who blesses, the one who gives without any expectations. and without any kind of favor. Lots of times I think that I can give the favor to the people without any expectations. No, deep in my heart, I have some expectations. The minimum expectations, if all is pure solely to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have deep in my heart that I want to get some reward from Allah subhanahu. That's given. That's we. That's human being. Even the perfect human being, like our imams, they have this, expectations. That's why Imam Ali Islam, he says, don't trade yourself silly thing. Inna li anfusikum athmanan fala tabi'uha illa bil jannah. Indeed, you have a great value. Don't trade yourself with silly thing. All this world, mata'ud dunya. Sometimes you feel that people, their value is $1. They are easily trade with $1. Sometimes no, they are okay with $1, $10. Some people $100. Some people a million. Some people a billion. And rare people, they go about the billion, because most of the people, they will be in the beginning stages of thousands, not even hundreds of thousands, not even millions. A few people. But Imam says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, qaleel. Whole, this entire system, globe, is nothing. Qaleel. Little. وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ يَنْفَذُ وَبَاقٍ. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, it will not going to end, will last forever and ever. So that's the point. So Imam, when he says that if you want to trade yourself, trade aqalluha bil jannah, with the paradise. So paradise for some people is ultimate goal. But Imam says, I am not among those who worship to Allah for paradise or being run away or fear of the hellfire. No, I'm not among those people. Because I see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deserved to be worshipped to Allah subhanahu. So he wants to get qurb and shafa'a of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why he worshipped. So Imam Ali al-Islam also, when he gave the favor to us, he has that intention that lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ya jawad Allah yabkha. Oh, the one who gives without any expectations, without any favor, without anything. You're absolute. Ya jawad. So, was'aluka bijudik. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, since I find that you are the only one who is a complete jawad and provider, and the one who is generous, all generous, and tudniyani min qurbik. So grant me, take me to the highest level of qurb, near to you. So this is what most of the times when we have a beautiful moment between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we want to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I don't have this, grant me. Because I have this problem, resolve me. Because I'm tired of this person, I don't want to see him, her. So these are our du'as. Most of the times, our highest of dua is, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want to go to Hajj, this and that. It's good, okay. But most of the time, so money, there's positions, all this small thing. But Imam says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I find that you are the generous, all generous. So if you want to give me something, I'm not a small beggar. I want from you to grant me your nearness. تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك, and توزعني, grant me your gratitude. All of us, we know that. how important element in our daily life and also in our spiritual life, social life, all the angles, the topic of gratitude and thanking, being grateful to each other, appreciation of what we have. You try. If I'm grateful of my wife, you will see that increase. The moment I argue, the moment I'm undermining her services, you will see the result very next day. Not very next day, same moment. Same thing with the children, same thing with the society, same thing everywhere. Gratitude is that. So once we have that, what about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yes, one is what we think that as a gratitude and method of thanking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but sometimes it's not what we think. Well, subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't know. Ali, he begs from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm being Ali, natiq kalam, I don't know the real method of gratitude. Tuzi'ani shukrak. You grant me the way I can be grateful towards you. Lots of times we think that, oh, being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is worshipping 1,000 rakats. Going to Hajj, doing this. Yes, all that is correct, but we don't know even one smile which can bring a happy to a needy person. That can be the best method of gratitude towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Abadi, O my servant, you take care of my job towards my servant, I will accept from you. We don't know. Sometimes a small thing here, there, we undermine all those things. But those small things can be most powerful and acceptable to Allah than what we think that, oh, this great ibadah is the longest Amal, there's this and that. Again, I don't want to undermine any wajibats. Wajibat is wajib. And also mustahabat is mustahab. My point is, lots of times we ignore, we don't see the value for small work here, there. That small work here, there can save us a big time. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I ask from your generosity to grant me the method of gratitude towards you, so I can be grateful to you. Hazrat Sulaiman ala nabiyyina alayhi alaf al-tahiyat wa thanan, when he was blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to speak the language of insects, animals, the everything, all the beings of this world. He was so happy and fascinated with the ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at times. ربي أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant me the method of thank for all the great favors, bounties, blessings, mercies you bestowed upon me and my father. And a'mala salihan tarda. So ultimately, I can act what you will be pleased for, not what I think. Most of the times for prayers or fastings or amal is to satisfy myself. You see, like lots of times even wudu, I want to do 3-4 times and I'm rubbing. Why? I want to satisfy myself. Having detailed person is good. You have to see a bigger picture. Most of the times we're occupied with small things. For example, I want to clean this window. It's very good. Allah min al-Iman. You can have. So I have 2 hours of my spare time. I can clean this window. I can clean this whole room. I can spend my time, read with my children, with my wife, all other things. So I have multiple choices. So if I start cleaning with spray, with everything, with big microscope, so I don't want to see any small dot there, or no, sign of dirt or anything. So I can spend 2 hours cleaning just that window. That's worth it? No. I could do it tens of other things at the same time. So that's why an a'mala salihan taradah. Most of the times, the problem with us is we don't know what is our duty in order to be grateful to Allah and in order to be grateful to others, each others. You see, sometimes I think that I'm making my, for example, mother happy. I want her here, there, but she's not happy because I'm not doing what she wants. Same thing with the friends, same thing with the spouse, same thing with all other angles. We have to learn that if I'm doing something for someone, she should be happy. So here in business strategies, what they teach you is you have to be up to the expectations of the people. It's not what you think that I'm doing all these great services for them. No. If people, those who are receiving in their end, if they're not happy with what you are presenting, it's not a good strategy. You need to change that. So we learn that, but we don't practice ourselves. We don't practice to our spouses, families, all other places. Why? Because we don't want to accept that. So here, ultimately, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So most of the times, if I am not up to the expectations from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's because I don't know. I have my own framework and I have my own standards. We got to change our standards in order to reach to that point. أن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. And even the dhikr, remembrance, which is a tool to reach to you, nearness to you, all that. I don't know what type of dhikr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inspire me your dhikr. Our great scholars, they mentioned that it's not up to me and up to you. Al-ilmu nurun. This ma'rifat, ilm, education, is a light from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Obviously, now we're not talking about the education and ilm, 2 + 2, 4. That is something we have to learn. The ilm is here is in-depth recognition and ma'rifats. Al-ilmu nurun. That's a light. So that can be a guide for us. Whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, He can inspire that. So Sheikh Rajab Ali Khayyat, a humble, uneducated, village living person, the one who used to live in the village, in suburb, and in, I don't know, ghettos areas, and back then what were the areas? It was not rich and all that high caliber person. That person, he reached to the point that he memorized whole Quran, not by practice, but inspired by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired us, that knowledge, that ilm, that dhikr, okay. Otherwise, if there is no inspired by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no matter how good I'm doing, it's not enough. So he reached to the point that he was a teacher of Atla Brujardi, one of the known great scholar of his time, who was the teacher of Marhum Imam Khomeini Atullah Khoy. Can you imagine that the teacher of such a great scholars is a student of uneducated, village living in ghettos areas who has no culture person, Sheikh Rajab Ali Khayyat. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired him with dhikr. That is the decision point. That's why lots of times we think here or there. No, we have to do our best. As-sa'yu minna wa tawfiq min Allah. We have to do our best with sincerity, and indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless us, no doubt about that. Allahumma inni, and then this is the last phrase which I'm going to end with this. Allahumma inni as'aluka su'ala khadi'in mutadallilin khashi'in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, now that you granted me the method of grateful, you granted me the highest rank of qurb, you granted me the the remembrance, and you accepted me as your peer, Shafiq, all that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I beg you and ask you, su'ala, the question or the method of those who are humble, those who are khashir. Khashir, the one who has nothing from his side. That person is in the level that he sees everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi. That's first level. I say my prayers, my fasting, everything is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, that's the first level. The ultimate level is I have to see everything is not for Allah, is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a higher rank. If you pay attention a little bit more, this one is, so okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I have this beautiful qualities, I have this beautiful dad, I have this beautiful talent, all that I want to dedicate to you. It's good. But deep in my heart, in my mind, I think that I have that I. But even that is good because you were humble. So khadir is humble. Lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khashir, the mutadallil is, tadallul is everything is looking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I said, no. Whatever I have is not from I. This is from you. And khashir. Mutadallil, tadallul, dhul is to see that nothing is from me but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khashir is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's from you, and you gave me this amana to use. So the first level is, oh, all this is I have for you. Second, no, this from you. That is not only from you, you gave me to use as an amana. So that's why Imam Ali, when he is in sajda, Ilahi, qalbi mahjoob, wa nafsi ma'ayoob, وعقلي مغلوب وهوائي غالب وطاعتي قليل ومعصيتي كثير ولساني مقر بذنوب. If you look to each and every sentence, the ocean of ma'rifats. Allah Akbar.
Wait, what were the three levels?
Khadir. The first level is khadir, is dedicating everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tadallul or mutadallil, dhul is what? Saying, no, everything is not only for Allah, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The third one is khashir, not only from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was given this as an amana and trust. So basically, it's not only for Allah or from Allah, this is for Allah, from Allah, and given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to use that. So if I have this, beautiful community, whatever, this is a amana from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So having this amana and trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring us more duties and responsibilities. First one is we are giving favor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's for Allah. It's for Allah. It's for Allah. Second one is, oh, from Allah, from Allah, from Allah. It's for Allah. The third one is, no, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the amana. And because I'm Ameen, I'm trustworthy, I have certain duties and responsibilities. I cannot misuse all this. I cannot mishandle this. I cannot make errors. I cannot afford to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the judgment day for all my errors. So I better use this properly. I better do my duty the way I was asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Imam is asking, so with these three qualities, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm asking sincerely with these three qualities, and to samihani. Samihni is, pardon me. Now Arab also says, samihni, pardon me. Say, okay, what you did? Once, sometimes you have answer, you stand, yes, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have some explanations. Sometimes you are completely shocked. Say, samihni, pardon me. Because it was nothing from me. I have nothing to offer to you. So, what I can do? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, treat me with your pardon. Basically, I'm seeking your asylum. I want to seek asylum from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to be responsible on the judgment day for anything. And to samihni wa tarhamani. Not only that, pardon me. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with your mercy, bless me. You're great. You're what you are. We're not talking about something who's, no, nothing, no, you're you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm asking you with sincere these three qualities, pardon us, pardon me, and bless me, your mercy. وَتَجْعَلَنِي بِقِسْمِكَ رَاضِيًا قَانِعًا, and make me to satisfy with what you given to me. If I'm grateful with my children, my wife, my wealth, my life, all that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase. More and more blessings and bounties. If always I'm looking for, oh, you see, that person he has this. I'm not satisfied with what I have. Ultimately, this beautiful saying in Farsi, each kes bi gham نیست. هر کس را دیدم غمی در کول بالش داشت. هر کسی, whoever he saw, they have some problems. But I don't see the problems. I see some show-off points. Oh, he's all this, not all that. You're going deep. Oh, everyone has a problem. Everyone. So, تَجْعَلَنِي بِقِسْمِكَ رَاضِيًا. First, I have to have this vision that whatever I have right now is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me. So that's why we heard that the children is the qismats, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. The wife is the qismats. If I have this vision that, you know what? She is not worthy of me. So this is something makes me to have a superior from her, and that will lead to a disaster. So Imam says, first we have to have a vision of this is a qismah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, I'm not talking about, for example, sitting in home and doing nothing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the qismat. No, that's not the qismat. Do your best. Go and do your research. And then whatever you got, it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I'm sleeping morning and I'm not going out of my home to seek rest halal or to study or to this and that, if I fail, if I have no bread at the table to offer, that's my mistake. But if I did everything what it should be, after all, what I got this, alhamdulillah. You see, sometimes people after 20 years of marriage, they are not happy and satisfied. Why? Because they don't see this vision of qismat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or imams, why are imams, although they knew that she will kill me, yet they are satisfied with the qismat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
What's qismat mean?
Qismat is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted me. Qismat taqseem, the distribution from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is a distribution from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not something she's not worthy or he is not worthy. No, it's something. So they have to change that. Same thing, rizq halal. Rizq. Now what are the ranks? You did do your best, but after all, leave it up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With that, you're not going to engage in ghiba, tuhma, rumouring here, there, damaging others, and trying to snatch the rights of others, or you want to jump from here, there, or cross the lines. All that why we do? Because we're not happy. We don't see that vision. So the first one is أَن تَجْعَلْنِي بِقِسْمِكَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant me so I can see that everything is your distribution. That's my share. Qism is that's my share. It's not something I worth or she worth or he worth. No, all that is my share in this system. Yes.
So, and in relationship to qism and risk, to what point can an individual say that's his share versus say that he didn't or she didn't put the effort in?
MashaAllah. So if we are talking about qismats, so we're talking about share qismats here. So let's say example of risk.
Mm-hmm.
Risk could be wealth, could be anything else. Risk manavi, risk mati. Let's say risk mati, the tangible risk, which is wealth. So you go, you work 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 20 hours a day, 23 hours a day, 24 hours a day. Let's go, you work on that. First, you have to see that what is your capacity, what is the strategy, what is available in the market. With all that, you cannot just go and just use your, the physical aspect. You need to use your mind, physical strategies, time, all that. You tried and you got whatever. That's called qismats. Now here, the time of our Holy Prophet, people they used to sit in masjids. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether I work or not, ultimately you will give me share. So I'm sitting here. I want to have a share. Holy Prophet said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself made haram for him to give you your share. Your share could be more than what you have. If you get something here and there, if you're begging something, that's different. That's not your share. Your share can be achieved if you use all your tools and all your potentials from all the angles. Okay? So risk is wider than, greater than what we think. Some people they get portion that, some people they get from haram way, some people get halal way. This example is the life example. We have our qismat of our life, our share of life. How much I'm going to live? A hadith and riwayah says majority of the people they will die with the accidental death, not the qismat death. Could be our qismat is longer than the accidental death. Why? Because either we don't take care of ourselves. I have lots of problems, and then I don't care about, for example, the greasy, juicy, delicious food here, there. So I consume. So obviously, I'm going to have heart attack. Or I'm smoking. Obviously, I'm going to have a lungs problem, this cancer, that cancer. If, for example, I'm doing whatever, so if I'm taking care of all this, obviously my qismat my share of life will be prolonged. And same thing if I give this charity and sadaqah, sadaqah tutfa'ul bala. If I give the charity every day, I go out of my home, what's going to happen is with this charity, I'm securing and I want to ensure myself against the calamities, which is sudden. I don't know where those coming from. So I can protect that from giving you charities. So all that is called the share. So really less people, few people, they get their share of wealth, the share of life, the share of other things. Most of us, we use our potentials. We don't use all our potentials, or our capacities, all our abilities. We waste that. So time, each and every minute, and so on and so forth. Again, the risk is not only the wealth. Some people, they think that I have to work, 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 work. No, spending the family, taking care of others, society, social work, all that is the beautiful risk. So that's why if you have more friends, it's a risk from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have more rewards, a risk from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you work, for example, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or do some help to needy people, whatever, in your capacity, you're receiving a risk. But sometimes risk is tangible, you can see and you can use here in this world. Sometimes you need it in your grave. You need it in the judgment day. So judgment day and grave will cash from our own investment, our own accounts. We have saving accounts, all of us. Some of us, we're minus. Some of our accounts are, mashallah, well maintained accounts. So we will cash that. So that's why in this world, some people are wealthy, but the moment they die, they will be the most needy person on the earth. But sometimes you see they're like needy people, or they have no rest in this dunya, but the moment they die, they have the rest, ample amount of rest. So that's called the qismat and share. We don't get the complete share what we deserve. Always we get a portion because either we don't use it, don't use our potentials or qualities, and so on and so forth. So وَتَجْعَلَنِي بِقِسْمِكَ رَاضِيًا. So I can be satisfied of my own share. If I'm happy with my own share, after all, my life will be full of joy. The stress will go away. Why we have stress? Because we don't have the vision. We don't see. You see, sometimes children, they scream. Why? Because they just see this. Not even a meter, just few centimeters. Sometimes you see a meter, sometimes you can see kilometers. Sometimes you can see, thousands of kilometers. And those who have a better vision, they can see the kilometers, not kilometers, thousands of miles. Alhamdulillah, see, and they're happy. They're not stressed. So if you have a stress, because we don't see that radian, not only I can be satisfied, so I can not only be satisfied, I can be contained. Being within my limits. Sometimes I'm happy, but I'm not within my limits. Sometimes I go from right or left or back and forefront, here or there. Sometimes I'm bumping here or there. I'm doing that. Otherwise, because although I'm happy, but I'm not contained. I'm not within my limits. The one who is contained with his own limits. If I have the honor of my zaban, my lisan, my tongue, no one will hurt by my tongue. The moment crossing the boundaries of qana'a, I will hurt others. The same thing for everything. So qani', not only being happy and satisfied with what we have, so I can be contained with my own limits. قانعة. وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعة. The last sentence is not only that, in any circumstances, I can be humble to you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Lots of times, we're not humble. Yes, sometimes we pretend, we try, not all times. Yes, we can reach to a point that في جميع الأحوال متواضعة. أحوال, جميع, every circumstances, each and every split second, blinking of eyes, I can be humble to you, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give strength and tawfiq to understand this beautiful dua of Kumail. When we read this dua, we can be inspired by this ma'rifat. So this ma'rifat can guide us towards the right path, the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the path of Aymatul Huda, and the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Any question? Yes.
Joe, this qismat is difficult to understand for me. So, on the one hand, we say if we believe this is qismat from Allah, we have peace of mind and we don't, we have peace, right? And on the other hand, we say that we need to work for it and we never reach this qismat.
Yes.
So how can you achieve peace?
So here's a beautiful question. I like these types of discussion because if we don't have these types of questions and discussions, may we have the misconceptions or misunderstanding. So here the line of qismats. Okay. So beginning and this is the end. This line of qismats. Okay. The first point what Imam al-Islam says is, whatever you have to see is a qismats. So sometimes you can achieve all this line from A point to C point. Okay. So you are getting that as a qismat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But sometimes no, only you got this portion. Only fraction of what. So the problem with us is this fraction, we don't see that this is a qismat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is also qismat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So once I see that this is a qismat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, although it's not complete qismat, partial qismats. Fraction of what it should be. So even this can give me a better idea. The problem with us is we don't see this as a qismat. Only we are white and black. We see either all this is a qismat or nothing. Once we say nothing, then jaza, we sabri, we go out of our control. We are screaming. We are looking for others and engage with lots of anger and other things. So what Imam says, whether you get complete A to Z or you get fraction of that. In both cases, this is qismats. Yes, it's not the complete qismats, but that's what you got. So since you got this, be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Instead of longing for what you don't have, be happy with what you have. Because not being a patient or being angry with what you don't have will not resolve. So at least be happy with what you have. Why? Because this is a qismat. So this is called the qismat. So Imam says clearly, the step by step. The first thing is Allah, وَتَجْعَلَنِي بِقِسْمِكَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make me to understand that this is the qismats. Whether it's an incomplete, a partial, a complete. That's a different things. First, give me the vision that I can see what I have is my share. It's the qismat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's because from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then have our duties and responsibilities. We think that the complete qismat of Imam Hassan is to have a wife like Ja'ada was a because the title of wife was given to her. She's wife. She was well respected by Imam Hassan. So Imam Hassan has a vision towards that she's my qismats. So once he has that, so he can avoid from losing the patience or being angry or doing nonsense things or screaming and all the things. So this is, yes, you can think and have a better strategy to maximize your potentials and your qismat. Yes, you can do that. Today you work hard, you did it. Tomorrow you do better. A month you do better. Like maybe a year, whatever the time, you can reach to that point. It's okay, no problem. But after all, you did everything. You got the degree, you study the market, everything. This is what you got. So then at that time, please be happy that this is my maximum potential. But you not reach to that point that this is my maximum potentials. At least what all you have. تَجْعَلَنِي بِقِسْمِكَ رَاضِيًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make me with what I have to feel, believe, see that this is my share. And then to be happy with what I have, not losing the patience for what I don't have. That is some separate thing. And also be contained to what I have. And not only be content to what وَفِي جَمِيعِ الْأَحْوَالِ مُتَوَاضِعًا. So in any circumstance, whether I got the portion or the complete, I can be humble towards you. There are some people, they're very humble if they got everything. They, mashallah, they got everything, they have the status, whatever, they achieve the. So that's not. وَفِي جَمِيعِ الْأَحْوَالِ. I have to be humble when I lost everything. So Luqman, he lost everything. His children, his wife, his wealth, everything. And yet he is contained with his own limits. And he was happy and grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with all the circumstances. That is the point. That these are the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It's clear?
Yeah.
Inshallah. But Muhammad wa ali Muhammad
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى
إلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات بالأخص مرحومين الحاضرين الفاتحة مع الصلوات.